Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Environmental Justice Now. My name is Leah Jones, and I am the Faith Community Outreach Coordinator at Virginia Interfaith Power and Light. It is officially week 3 in the General Assembly, and this means still a very busy schedule for us over here at Virginia Interfaith Power and Light. In a couple of our earlier episodes, we were able to share our policy priorities for this General Assembly. Some of our top priorities included protecting Virginia's water rights, creating equitable, modernized public transportation, as well as decreasing energy burden and energy bills for Virginia residents. So thank you to all of the sponsors of our bills, our coalition partners, and a huge thank you to all of our volunteers and supporters who have taken actions with us so far. On today's episode, I will go through the bills that we are supporting and opposing, which have been voted on within this busy week. We have some very exciting updates, so please stay until the end of this episode to hear more about the actions that you can take with us as our bills are reviewed in the House and Senate. So let's just get right into this, right? Let's start by going first through some of our leading bills. First up is the Human Right to Water Resolution. Its bill number is HJ 538, and this resolution proposes that water is a human right and a quality of life issue. All Virginians across the state, especially those in vulnerable communities, deserve to always have access to clean, drinkable water that is affordable. HJ 538 passed by 14 votes in the Rules Committee. This is the first place where it started in the House. And we do have good news. On Tuesday night, the resolution was heard on the House floor and was passed with 61 votes in favor of the resolution. Woo! HJ 538 has now made its way out of the House of Delegates and is moving on over to the Senate to be voted on. And it's been assigned to the Committee on Rules. If you would like to learn more about this water resolution and what we've done so far behind it, please check out some of our past Environmental Justice Now shows on our Facebook, where we have shared some of the complexities and global injustice around this issue. So be sure to check that out. Now, moving on to the next bill that we're leading on this General Assembly session is the Transportation and Modernization Study, whose bill number is HJ 542. This bill will allow the Department of Rail and Public Transportation to conduct a transit modernization needs study. So this means that the DRPT, the Department of Rail and Public Transportation, would conduct an audit of a full array of transit necessities that today often are not in place, including things like benches, shelters, and accessibility of bus stops, maps, real-time arrival signs, just to name a few things. So if you would like to learn more about the need to equitably modernize Virginia public transportation systems, please also feel free to check out another show that we did of Environmental Justice Now, along with Virginia Interfaith Center. That should be on our Facebook as well. So more about this specific bill and this study. Like the water resolution, it began in the Committee on Rules in the House and was reported to the floor by 17 votes. This study has now been assigned to the Appropriations Committee as a part of the Transportation and Public Safety Subcommittee. So the subcommittee is actually started meeting just this morning at 11 a.m. So we're actually waiting for those updates now. So stay tuned as we receive more of those updates. Moving on to some of the other bills that we are supporting this session are 2 environmental justice bills. There is the Omnibus Environmental Justice Bill, whose House number is HB 2074, and the Environmental Justice Act Bill, whose bill number is SB 1318. These bills amend the Virginia Environmental Justice Act of 2020. The proposed amendments clarify and expand the existing environmental justice policy, require state agencies to adopt agency-specific environmental justice policies, and just further develop the environmental justice interagency working group that's in place. HB 2074 was initially referred to the Committee on Agriculture, Chesapeake, and Natural Resources, was reported with a substitute by 16 votes, and the bill SB 1318 was referred to the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committee. So I know I just said a lot. Don't worry if you miss any bill numbers or what committees these bills have been assigned to. We have so much more information with everything detailed over on our website, and which tells us all about in our General Assembly tab, which tells us all about our priorities this General Assembly session. So please go there if you've missed anything here and would like to take action or just read more about what we're supporting this General Assembly. So moving on, the next bill that is a priority and we're supporting this General Assembly session is one that addresses our priority to lower energy bills for Virginia households. This is the PIP bill, Percentage of Income Payment Program. Its bill number is HB 2330. And as a part of our efforts to prioritize energy bills for Virginians, we are in support of this, as I said before. For 75% of Virginia households, the amount of income spent on electricity is considered unaffordable by federal standards. And Demand Energy has overcharged Virginians by more than $1.3 billion since 2015, according to the State Corporation Commission's reports. Last year, the Virginia Clean Economy Act passed, and with it, a new percentage of income payment program, the PIP, for low-income families to be more able to afford to pay their electricity bills, right? This bill will provide important clarifications to state agencies as they lay out the foundation for this new program. This bill was referred to the Committee on House and was referred to the House, and it was referred to the Committee on Labor and Commerce, and it was just voted on last night and was referred ultimately to the Committee of Appropriations with 13 votes. So now that we've talked about all the bills that we're supporting this session that's had some action, let's now talk about a bill that we're opposing this session. This one bill is an advanced recycling bill. Its bill number is HB 2173, and also Senate Bill SB 1164. Chemical recycling or advanced recycling, what is that, right? It sounds like it could almost be good. Well, chemical recycling or advanced recycling is actually a fossil fuel industry term for chemical conversion. This is basically a greenwash way of saying that they're going to melt plastic, which will then be burned for dirty energy or to make more plastics. Ultimately, with this bill, it would enable harmful, polluting facilities to expand across Virginia with the most severe impacts placed on vulnerable populations. So SB 1164, which is the Senate version of this bill, has been referred to the Committee of Agriculture, Conservation, and Natural Resources and is set to meet next Thursday to be voted on. So now that you've heard all about the bills that we're supporting and opposing and things that are that have been moving this past week, what are some things that you can do at home to keep supporting us, keep putting our voice out there for what we want to see in our legislature? Let's talk about some actions that you can take with us and how to make that happen. So one thing that you can do is engage your legislators on Twitter and Facebook and urge them to support environmental justice policies. We have prepared sample social media posts in our GA Action Toolkit, our VAIPLG Action Toolkit for this General Assembly session. It has sample tweets, sample social media posts, along with tons of other details for what we're supporting this and opposing this General Assembly session. So please be sure to check it out. It's a one-stop shop for all you need. For the bills in the House using this toolkit, you can also make a comment by clicking the links that are there. Also, please be on the lookout for upcoming action alerts, especially on the water resolution, HJ 538, which is in the Senate Committee on Rules, like I said earlier. Please contact your senators and let them know to uplift this human right to water resolution. We will also send updates via email, so please go to our website and join our mailing list and stay in the know on our priorities this General Assembly. Thank you to everyone tuning in, and thank you to everyone who has taken actions with us so far. Again, let's keep it up. Let's keep going. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend. See you next time.